Hello guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is YAHMAD. So what we're going to be doing in this video is we will continue looking at advanced spreadsheet functions. Let's go back to the overview. If you look at the previous video, we looked at extracting and concatenate, which was this task here. So we used the left and the right and the mid functions to extract values. And we also looked at joining values together using concat or the AND. So lesson 2, we're going to be using the upper and lower functions to return either capital letters or lowercase letters. And we're also going to be joining values together. So if you look at this row here, we got my first name and then we got the second name. And this is how I would like the data to be represented. So in the first example here, you can see we've taken the first name or the first letter of my first name and joined it to my second name. So this is B7 and C7. Okay. So what I need to do is first of all extract the first letter of my first name, or the first name in this example here. So we're going to use the left to extract the first value. I'm just going to do it up here actually. So equals left. If I click on Billy and comma 1, and we can close the bracket and see what we have. So we have the B. Okay, if I drag this down, we should have the M for Michael Jackson as well. But let's finish off. So we need a space before we add a second name. So and speech mark, and you can use concatenate as well, guys. It's up to you. And then we want to add the second name, Jones, and then we can drag this down. Whoops, not all the way. Just there. So that's the first example done. Now things get a little bit more trickier. So we have the second name, and you'll notice the second name is all in capital letters. So it's going to be equals upper, converts a text string to all uppercase letters. So let's click on upper. And what we need to do is convert the second name into upper. Let's close the bracket. And you can see Jones is now all in capital letters. Then what we need is a colon with a space and then a second name. So I'm going to use the and again. Speech marks, colon, space, speech marks, and the first name, Billy. And then we can drag this down. Okay, so let me just open up that. Yep, good with that, happy. Right, so now in this example here, we want the first name, so Yasser, and only the first initial, okay, of the second name, or the first character of the second name. Yep. So let's go ahead. Let's do it up here. So let's take the first name. So if I just type in equals, yep, Billy, and we want a space, and just the first letter of the second name. So left, you can click on this text here, comma 1, close the bracket, enter. So we've got Billy J, and it should be Michael J as well. There we go. Right, so what we need to do now is we're going to extract the first letter, have a dash, 2 dashes, and then the first 3 characters of the first name, but all in lowercase. So you can see it's lowercase Yas. So let's see. Let's get the first letter of the surname. So Jones. So let's go left. It's already in capital letters, so I don't need to do anything to that one. So I'll do it up here, guys, so you can see a bit better what I'm doing. That's the first letter. And then if I type in and, speech marks, space, 2 dashes, close the speech mark, and then what we want is the first 3 characters from the left of the first name, but all in lowercase. So I'm going to type in here lower. So converts all the letters in a text string to lowercase. Okay, so what do we want to convert into lower? Basically the left 3 values from Billy. So if I type in here left and click on Billy, comma, 3, close the bracket for the lower. Okay, oh, that's closed it for the left. Now let's close the bracket for the lower. and press enter. So you can see we have the formula up here. And what do we have? Yeah. So we got the first initial, then we have the space with the 2 dashes, and then we have the first 3 letters of the first name, all in lowercase. Okay. Let's do a few more examples, guys. Okay, so here we want the first 3 letters of the surname, all in capital letters, 2 dashes, and then the first letter of the first name. Okay, so let's do this. So I want to extract this into uppercase. I'll do it up here, guys, so you can see what I'm doing. So I want the first 3 characters of here. So start with left again. Click on Rooney, comma. We want 3 characters. Close the bracket, and also for the upper as well. And then what we want is 2 dashes. So we can type in here and speech marks, 2 dashes. Close the speech mark, and then we just want the first character from the first name. So if I type in here left, click on this cell here, number characters 1, close the bracket, enter. Yeah, that looks like the same as above here. What I'll do is I'll do one more example, and I think you guys have got the idea now. So I'll leave these 2. Maybe we'll try the first one here. So okay, so you can see we have all the names. Okay, but we have A at the very beginning. So what I would like to do is just type in equals A in speech marks, or maybe we can include the dash, close the speech marks, and then let's click on. So we need the first name now. Okay, and then we need another dash in the middle. Speech marks, dash, speech marks, and again. Then we need a second name. Okay, so we can add letters before the cells that we add up together. So basically we wanted to add these 2 cells, and we also added a letter before. Just we can place it in a speech mark. You can change that to anything else if you wanted to. Yep, so that, guys, that was a quick lesson on using upper and lower functions. So let me just do something here just before we finish off. So if I want to make this into capital A, all I do is just type in here upper, click on this cell here, and that becomes capital. Okay, if I wanted to make this oh sorry, let me just change that now. So what we have here is upper. So if this was lowercase, this makes it capital. Okay, if I wanted to make this cell now lowercase, we just basically switch this to lower. There we go. Right, guys, I hope that makes sense. So what we're using is the upper and lower functions to convert text either into capital letters or lowercase letters. And from the previous lesson, we used the left or right functions to extract values, and we also used and to join values together. I could have used concatenate for this task as well. Do you know what? Just before I go, let me use concatenate. So concat, okay. So what I want is the first 2 values from the first name. So it's going to be left. Okay, and I've noticed the first 2 values from the left side is going to be upper as well. So we have upper, left. Okay, you click on the text, 2, close both brackets, and then comma, speech mark, because what we have is a dash, comma, and then just a second name. So let's see if that works. Okay, I forgot to close the bracket at the end for the concat function. So let's close the bracket. There we go. So we're going to also use concat or concatenate. Right, guys, thanks again for your time. Please drop your comments below. I hope these videos are helpful. And if you come back for the next video, we're going to be using VLOOKUPs, but we're going to be using the extract functions in the VLOOKUPs as well. Thank you guys for your time. Okay, bye-bye.